Hello, my name is Eric Reid and I am an instructor with Centriq for our C# Application Developer career track. The first class that you will take as part of this track is C# Fundamentals. Now, people have actually made the switch into programming as a career from all walks of life, from former lawn care professionals to hairstylists, managers, accountants, project managers. I mean, that was probably in my last class alone. So you can see it's a large gamut. Now, there are lots of different topics that we cover throughout the track from start to end, including becoming a .NET certified programmer, and at the end, in your final project, creating your own full-fledged web application that you can use to show your skills as a portfolio piece. But in that first class, C# Fundamentals, you'll learn the basics of the primary language we'll be using to create programs and solve problems. At first, we're going to deal with baby steps, looking at how we can actually display key information on the screen. But then those concepts are going to build and stack so that you have a wider and wider toolbox to choose from to actually build more and more complicated programs. Things like going back and forth between gathering different information from the user as part of their choices, maybe storing that in a database or turning around and using it in your calculations, maybe having variations for how that program runs under different circumstances. And at the end of the day, returning the answers, the information, and the completed tasks that the user needed in the first place. So how about an example? In this first class, we're going to strip away all the pretty buttons and the menus and the types of interaction that you probably expect and are accustomed to in most programs. So we're going to focus on what we call a console application, which is kind of a DOS-style screen where you've got just text on the screen and black and white interface. And we do that so that you can really look at the language and learn how to work with the language and solve problems using it. So, on down the road, keep in mind that we will wind up showing you techniques to build back those things to make your program a little easier to use, a little more attractive, and an interface that we're more accustomed to. But in this program, like I said, we will solve problems, and one of the things we'll solve as a program that we'll create is what's the most efficient way to distribute change back to someone after a purchase. It's a pretty standard cashier task, right? What coins or bills do I give back after a purchase? Well, in C# Fundamentals, you'll write the code to make sure you're getting the right information from the user of this program, like, well, how much was the purchase and how much did the customer actually pay? After that, you'll actually turn around and give them the answer to how much they should get back and specifically in what denominations, what different coins. So, it's a relatively modest program, you might say. That's true, but you'll have learned how to create it yourself from scratch in the course of just a few days training. And if you look over the course of the long haul with the track where you're going, you'll be creating full-fledged web applications that allow users to go in and find the exact information they want, or to edit and change that information for themselves or other users, types of things that companies and organizations need from websites that help sell their products or interact or inform with their customers. Things that help organizations do their day-to-day tasks so that they can be successful. Those types of skill sets, of course, only make you more employable and hopefully help you have a career that you really love. If you'd like to learn more about Centriq as a company or our programs, feel free to go to newitcareer.com. And I appreciate your watching, and thanks a lot. Have a great day, and I look forward to meeting you and seeing the programs and websites that you create as part of our track.